And welcome back once again. My name is James Henderson on how to start an investment club. In fact, how to start in a crypto investment club. There's a lot less paperwork that you're going to have to do, but there's a lot more knowledge that you're going to have to need because of all the skepticism that the fell of all these fake ICOs have come and went. And and so let's start there. Getting your club together. What what type of club do you want it to be? You want it to be where you have a lot of people put in $5 and then you can put $5 down on a lot of these penny stocks. And so if one or two blows up, then you can share that wealth amongst a lot of you know your group members. Or are you wanting to well, in my case, you have a program. You know that if I'm able to invest in 5 or 10 cents per trade, multiple times a day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, uh, we could actually start controlling the market and make it very viable and very profitable. Or do you want to have some sort of you know teachers investment group where you're a teacher and you're looking for another stream of income coming in, but you know it's a risk. But then again, a lot of these altcoins and Bitcoin networks are actually focusing on helping teachers, helping information students, and stuff like that. Or do you want to get more specific and saying I just want to create a fund that deals with hospitals, real estate, chocolate bars, or puppy dogs. It's be totally up to you of what area that you want in this fund to make it profitable for you and make it fun and exciting for your investors. I mean, that's the name of the game is, keep them updated of, what they're trying to do. That's the main thing. Another thing is, be realistic, and this is an investment. The volatility in the market is extremely high right now, and I've had a lot of investors bail out on me because they buy 3 or 4 bitcoins at $19,000. Okay, it's not you're not going to be rich overnight, but then again, if you're a long-term investor, this is the thing to do when you're looking at you know is Bitcoin gonna be the internet money of tomorrow, and whether or not tomorrow will be 2 or 3 years down the road or a generation down the road, that's made to be seen. So after you find out all those things, what about getting the word out? So you know what type of name that you want. You know what fund that you really want to target, and what type of altcoins you really want to target, and what exchanges that you're going to be on when you're buying and selling these different ICOs that are on these different exchanges, and also these private ICOs that haven't came to the market yet. And I have my own theories about those, and so you know, but you have your information that you want, and now it's just getting the word out. How do you get the word out? Well, you can start a meetup group, meetup.com group. Great way to get started. Or Facebook, put a small, YouTube video and advertise on the local area because Google's great about that. And so is Facebook. And then also you can go to Eventbrite is also another great resource on getting the word out saying I'm holding a just a general informational meeting. Want you to come and listen. So a lot of these places, when it comes to meeting these, holding the meetings, they'll charge you a fee. But the fee, but a lot of these fees can be waived. Like I hold a lot of my meetings at a pub. I'm Irish. I enjoy drinking, and it also relaxes the customers that when to potentially look at this. They have a list of their questions. In fact, you need to learn how to control your meeting. But once again, but they have their own ideas, and never shoot down once you get them in the door what what the uh, what the interest might be. So with that being said, once you get them in the door, and going back to once again, a lot of these places will say for it's $15 a night or X amount of dollars a night. But there are a lot of places like the pub I go to that says if everyone buys a drink, we'll give you the room for free. Awesome. So state that in your meeting event. You know, just say, hey, listen, we're getting the room for free. Would you help support the business on either buying a drink, buying food, or whatever? And if you do it right after lunch, not or after dinner, not too far past that, then people will wait and have dinner at wherever you're going to be at, and also they'll be able to listen to. So it's also good to have alcohol. Not everyone's a big believer in there, but it's a good it's a good reference. It'll help you get the customer to relax and let you present the information without them having a front of this is not a good deal, because we all know who no one knows who you are when you're inviting strangers to a meeting. So you've got to give that sense that you're not a scam artist, because we know you're not. And on top of that, we're more interested in learning how you're going to make money for us in the crypto world. So with that being said, when you start involving yourselves in these meetings, start give these, don't ask yes or no questions. Really try to get out there and ask questions that they can continue on with, like, what do you know about Bitcoin, to where do you think Bitcoin's going to be when we're talking multi-trillion-dollar transactions from one point to the next. And I say trillion, yes, it's a very large number, but with Apple being a trillion-dollar company, this is also a very big deal of, okay, moving US dollars from one country to the other is a big deal. It'll cost you more than most people here in America make in their entire lifetime. But with Bitcoin and being as secure as it is right now, the Bitcoin blockchain has never been hacked. However, though, the wallet that is sitting on an unsecured computer, well, the unsecured computer's been hacked, which the hackers went in, found the wallet, and then took everything from it. So with more of these hard wallet ledgers coming out, which is making things a lot harder and a lot easier for consumers to keep their money secure, this is these are concerns that a lot of people have. As way I explain it, Bitcoin is a token that allows access to your information on the blockchain. Lot of tokens are out there. A lot of businesses are out there that offer that type of involvement. But as you realize that there's a lot of ICOs out there, and once you get your core group of investors after that meeting and realize that these guys are going to be with you for a very long time, then you're going to want to actually start talking about the nitty-gritty stuff. Are you going to invest money into one of the exchanges that buys and sells all these cryptos? Are you investing in these separate ICOs? Well, that's my take on these ICOs, is 80% of them are a scam. And that once you put your money on there, they build up a large fund of Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then once they made their money, or their $3 million or $6 million, they'll go out and immediately try to cash out. And so if you got $6 million out there on the exchange of that group cashing out, that's also going to affect the price of Bitcoin, and it'll drop it lower, as we've seen in the past. So going back to ironing out all the details, who's going to be taking the money, what bank account are y'all going to use, and realize that with the bank account, not every bank account will allow you to make transactions from their bank to Coinbase. All right, it's a big deal, folks. So just make sure you ask the right questions, and we're going to go on from there. And so once you've got your financials, down, make sure tell everyone that what you're doing up front, and even if you have a bad month, tell the investment group, like, hey, this month just sucked, because you're going to have months like that. It's a shame that this year has been that year. So you go to trading group, click on my financial reports, because I'm doing the exact same thing. And they are, as you can tell, the first month did wonderful. Second part, the beginning of this year, yeah, not so good. But the bot is still trading, but the money, and it's also increasing in profit on the Bitcoin side, but not the financial side. And so if you're going to be trading your own group, you realize that even though people invest their money, and they invest like 20,000, 50,000, 100,000 for X amount of Bitcoin, some of them don't care that, I've got 20 coins, I get 20 Bitcoins, but I've got 24 Bitcoins now, but my finance is worth half. You gotta learn how to spot those people real quick. It's hard, but the worst ones are, it's like, yeah, I can invest $1,000. That's no big deal, and they have 10 cents worth of Bitcoin. Well, then all of a sudden, I tell them next month you have 13 cents of Bitcoin in your account, but your account is worth $400. Well, when they blow up, you know that you probably need to get their money as soon as you can, and then just allow them to let them go in the group. Others, like several of my investors, they go in this knowing that if they lose their shirt tomorrow, no big deal. They have other streams. They're true investors. So with that being said, if they give you $20,000 and you tell them, okay, the next group, you've lost $5,000 this month, but you made 4% on your Bitcoin. Oh, they'll look at that going, okay, well, I'm a long-term investor in Bitcoin, and so I can definitely ride the wave, because if you keep staying with it, and Bitcoin stays at the bottom of where $5,000 to $6,000 is the bottom, and will be the bottom based on two other factors. But they keep increasing in Bitcoin. Eventually, their Bitcoin, even at a lower value, will be the amount that they put in. It might take them a while, but at least they haven't lost their money, unless Bitcoin goes flat out zero. Now, if Bitcoin drops below $5,000, you can tell your investors, then you should start worrying. And the reason why is with all the miners investing in millions and millions and millions of dollars, it usually takes about $5,000 to stay profitable in this world. And what I mean by that, so you got your miner that's taking the data, encrypting it, and adding it to the blockchain. So therefore, it's called the blockchain, because it's adding it to the link that goes into the blockchain. Well, you got to realize those miners have bills to pay, and if they can't make the money of the electricity advertisement website, their people, then you're going to see a lot of miners to start turning off the lights because now all of a sudden it's not profitable. So once again, that $5,000 is actually the benchmark of keeping Bitcoin above that price. Anything lower, you're gonna see a real stabilization or destabilization, and creating the chain that the blockchain needs, and for the miners to do their job to encrypt the information to store it. So with that being said, that's the highlight on there. So that's the reason why when it got close to 5, up to 4,999 or 5,000, that's when I'm worried if it gets past below that. But until then, it's profitable for the miners above 5,000, and people are still coming up with great ideas to be on the blockchain. So not all. Do I invest in all ICOs? No. In fact, I've stopped investing in any of the ICOs if it's not on the exchanges. All right, because the exchanges have actually done their due diligence of them trading, and so that's where I make a lot of money. On top of that, a lot of traders have learned from the stock market day traders, and so they're using almost the same technique as if you're on the NASDAQ or any of the other foreign exchanges when it comes to technical trading. All right, so let's go into the last section of this video. Is you got to protect yourself. So one of your traders and one of your investors, it's always good to have a lawyer involved, because they're able to write contracts in return to maybe waiving a fee if they have a if that fee requires a monthly fee, and whatever your investment group decides. So by creating an LLC, it's about $150 here in America. It doesn't cost $4,000 or $5,000. To get your own LLC, it costs $150. Send your information to the state, and make sure your DBA. First, get your DBA, then get your LLC, and then re-register your DBA to the LLC, and you're fine. So with that being said, that's what I got for this group, for this section, and I'm gonna come up with a couple more videos to help you out with the software. Once you get the money, transferring your money over to Coinbase, and then from Coinbase put it in the exchanges and either trade yourself or let a bot do it for you. All right, we are out of here. Thank you very much, and I'll see you here in a few minutes.